सरस्वती ठाकुर श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री राधा कृष्ण गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरिवर्धन धाम की जय। गंगा माई की जय, जमुना माई की भक्तिमती तुलसी महारानी की जय, उठान एकादशी की जय, गौर प्रेमानंदे हरे हरे बोल। ऑल ग्लोरीज टू द assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Before you go on, very important. I'm interrupt that. Can everybody hear? Do we need a microphone? Can you hear okay? Or should... Yeah. It's okay? We know. I'd rather not use it if we don't need to.
Yeah. I think I have microphone in mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Please resume.
Okay. So whosoever knows it, please recite along with me. Narayan namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayam udiriye nashya prayeshu abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati uttama shloke bhaktir bhavati nashtaki. Hare Krishna. So today we are reading from Canto 3rd, chapter number 15, description of the kingdom of God, and we will be covering text from text 9 till text 13. Yes, 13. So we have a lot of text to cover today, and the themes are also very different. So I will try to do my best. Okay. So for the first verse, we are going to follow call and response, and for other verses, I'm going to just recite and read the translation as well as the purport. Swatam vidhatsva sampumamas. It's here. Yes. Can you recite? Satvam vidhasva sampumamas.
Satvam vidhasva
Tamasa lupta karmana.
Tamasa lupta karmanam.
Adabhradayaya dhritastaya.
Adabhradayaya drishtaya.
Apanamarahi shitum. Apanamarahi shitum. Swatam vidhasma sambhume bhumamas.
Swatam vidhasva sambhuhanas.
Tamasa lupta karmana.
Tamasa lupta karmana.
Adabhradayaya drishtaya.
Adabhradayaya drishtaya.
Apanam arhasi shuksitum.
Apanam arhasi
shikshitum. Swatam vidhasva sambhumams.
Tatvam vivasva sambhumam.
Tamsa lupta karmana.
Tamsa lupta karmana.
Adabhradayaya drishtaya.
Adabhradayaya drishtaya.
Apanam arhasi shiktum.
Apanam arhasi.
Anybody wants to recite?
Satvam vipasva samvimama tamasa lupta karmamam. Adabhradayaya drishtaya. Apanam arahikshitум.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Ladies. Thank you so much. Anyone from the lady side? Swagam Vidaswa. Thank you so much. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. The demigods prayed to Brahma, please look upon us mercifully, for we have fallen into a miserable condition. Because of the darkness, all our work has been suspended. Purport. Because of complete darkness throughout the universe, the regular activities and engagements of all the different planets were suspended. In the north and south poles of this planet, there are sometimes no divisions of the day and night. Similarly, when the sunlight does not approach the different planets within the universe, there is no distinction between day and night. Text number 10. Esha Devaditir Garbha Oja Kashyapam Arpitam Dishastimarian Sarva Vardate Gnir Ivaidhasi. Translation. As fuel overloads a fire, so the embryo created by the semen of Kashyapa in the womb of Diti has caused complete darkness throughout the universe. Purport. The darkness throughout the universe is explained herewith as being caused by the embryo created in the womb of Diti by the semen of Kashyapa. Text 11. Maitreya Uvacha Saprahasya Mahabaho Bhagavan Shabda Gochara Pratyascha Satatma Bhur Devan Prinam Ruchriya Gira. Translation and purport. Sri Maitreya said, thus Lord Brahma, who is understood by transcendental vibration, tried to satisfy the demigods, being pleased with their words of prayer. Purport. Brahma could understand the misdeeds of Diti, and therefore he smiled at the whole situation. He replied to the demigods present there in words they could understand. Text 12. Brahmo Vacha Manasami Suta Yusmat Purva Jaha Sandaka Sanakaha Daya Cherur Vihasya Lokal Lokeshu Vigata Spraha. Translation. Lord Brahma said, my four sons, Sanak, Sanatan, Sananda, and Sanat Kumar, who were born from my mind, are your predecessors. Sometimes they travel throughout the material and spiritual skies without any definite desire, purpose. When we speak of desire, we refer to desire for material gratification. Saintly persons like Sanak, Sanatan, Sananda, and Sanat Kumar have no material desire. But sometimes they travel all over the universe and out of their own accord to preach devotional service. I promise. Last verse of the day. Text 13. Ta ekda bhagavato Vaikunthasya malika pana Yayur Vaikuntha nilyam Sarva loka namaskritam. After thus traveling all over the universes, they also entered into the spiritual sky, for they were freed from all material contamination. In the spiritual sky, there are spiritual planets known as Vaikunthas, which are the residence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and his pure devotees and are worshipped by the residents of all the material planets. Purport. The material world is full of cares and anxieties. In any one of the planets, beginning from the highest down to the lowest, Patala, every living creature must be full of cares and anxieties because in the material planets one cannot live eternally. The living entities, however, are actually eternal. They want an eternal home, an eternal residence, but because of accepting a temporal abode in the material world, they are naturally full of anxiety. In the spiritual sky, the planets are called Vaikuntha because the residents of these planets are free from all anxieties. For them, there is no question of birth, death, old age, and diseases, and therefore they are not anxious. On the other hand, the residents of the material planets are always afraid of birth, death, disease, and old age, and therefore they are full of anxieties. All right. So this is our Shishta Parampara, or we can say, it's coming in the tradition of our Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya to glorify and to offer our obeisances to all those teachers who have given us this wonderful treasure of knowledge. So whosoever knows these verses, please don't be shy, don't be sleepy. Let's just recite along with me. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनाशलाकया चक्षुर्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वापदान्तिकं नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिधि नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशधारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यश्च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो So, thank you so much for giving me this wonderful opportunity to speak on the subject matter of Srimad Bhagavatam this morning. Wonderful devotees are assembled here, and I am very grateful to all of you. So today is a very, very auspicious day. Today is Prabodhini Ekadashi. We also call this Ekadashi as Uthana Ekadashi. Although all the Ekadashis are wonderful and auspicious, but this Ekadashi holds a special significance because this Ekadashi is the last Ekadashi of the 4 months of rainy season, which we celebrate as Chaturmas, 4 auspicious months, Chaturmas. So this is the last Ekadashi, and not only that, this is the last Ekadashi of Kartik Mas, Kartik Damodar Mas. And Kartik Damodar Mas is glorious and auspicious in itself, as we discussed before also, that presiding deity of this Kartik Damodar Mas is who? Srimati Radharani. And that's why this month is very, very close to the heart of Krishna, and he becomes extremely merciful. Even a small tinge of practice of devotional service we perform, we can get many folds of pious credits. So this living entity is going into the dense forests of this material existence and hankering so much for the things which are of very fickle in nature, very, very fickle in nature. In Canto 5th, chapter 13 and 14, Jada Bharat, teachings of Jada Bharat, he is especially mentioning this to Raja or King Rahugana. He's saying that this material living entity is just like Vanya or Banya. There is a special caste in India, Banya. They are, they are supposed to acquire so many things, and they are very business-minded people. Hmm? Just like that, it's given there. So it's not my addition, if not to direct towards any caste. So for getting the cheap things and just selling it for more profit. So this living entity is also just like that. Hmm? Getting into the dense forest of material nature, material existence, just to get cheap wood from the forest, and just lost its way and just go inside and inside and inside, and just forgot how to come back. Hmm? Completely forget how to come back. So the only way to come back from the forest, from that dense forest, is who is the only personality who is responsible? Srimati Bhakti Devi. And who is Bhakti Devi? She is the Swarup Shakti of the Supreme Lord. The Supreme Lord has various potencies, but there is one special spiritual potency which is internal potency. And this internal potency also have divisions. One of the division is called Ladini Shakti. And this Ladini is responsible to give bliss to Krishna. So in Hari Bhakti Vilas, Sanatana Goswami is saying specifically for this Prabodhani Ekadashi. You want to know what he is saying?
Yes,
Who wants to know? You want to know? Okay. So he is saying that the internal potency, that same Ladini Shakti, comes in the form of Ekadashi and Dwadashi in this material world to help that lost child of the Supreme Lord, so that the lost child can come back. That's what Sri Sanatana Goswami is saying in Hari Bhakti Vilas, 16th Vilasa. If you want to check, I think it's verse number 300 or something. So that much glory this Prabodhani Ekadashi is possessing. Hmm? And so many other verses have been composed just to glorify the importance of this Ekadashi. One of the verses says that the glory of Mother Ganges was well known in this world till the day this Prabodhani Ekadashi appear in this material world. So that much glory this Prabodhani Ekadashi or Utthan Ekadashi has. And today marks the starting of last 5 days of Kartik Mas. Just like, we go in a shop and it's like, okay, sale is going to get over in other 5 days. Get your stuff, because then we are going out of stock. So get, come on. Perform devotional service, only 5 days are left of this particular Kartik Mas. But I think, okay, I am here forever. So next year also Kartik Mas is going to come. So why Mataji is saying hurry up? Next year also this Chatur Mas and Kartik Mas will come. But as the practitioners of devotional service, we know that how much this life is fragile. So we have to take the advantage as much as we can, especially on these particular days, Ekadashi and Dwadashi, which are called Madhava Tithi. What is this? These Ekadashis called Madhava Tithi, means that Tithi or the date which is very, very dear to Madhava, God, husband of goddess of fortune. Very, very dear. Okay. So Srimad Bhagavatam, reading Srimad Bhagavatam, discussing Srimad Bhagavatam on this particular day is extremely auspicious. Extremely auspicious. As we know, Srimad Bhagavatam is the Grantha Avatar or the book incarnation of Bhagwan Shri Krishna. In first chapter, first canto, there were 6 questions asked by who? Rishis, Shaunakadik Rishis represented by Shaunakadik Rishi from Sutta Goswami. And one of the question was that after the disappearance of Lord Krishna, under whom the religion took place, took shelter. And what was the answer? The answer is given in third chapter. And the answer is given that once the Krishna wrapped up his leelas, I think 1343 is the words. Once the Krishna wrapped up his leelas, 1343, wrapped up his leelas or the pastimes, this religion or the Krishna comes back in the form of Srimad Bhagavatam. Now Srimad Bhagavatam is acting as a brilliant sun which is illuminating the lives of all the people of Kali Yuga who are misfortune, misdirected. So that's so wonderful. And there are other analogies also given for Srimad Bhagavatam. But for today, that's it for the, as far as Srimad Bhagavatam Mahima or the importance of Srimad Bhagavatam is concerned. Okay. So we are reading from Canto 3rd, chapter 15. In chapter 14, we have already seen, or just for building up the context of today's verses. So the story is going on. Beautiful story is going on. At the end of Canto 2nd, Sonaka the Krishi asked Sut Goswami to tell them about the discussion between Maitreya and Vidur. He knows that there was conversation happened between Maitreya and Vidura. And Shaunaka the Krishi wanted to hear this from Sutta Goswami. So Sutta Goswami is starting narrating the conversation between Maitreya and Vidura. And in the conversation, Maitreya Muni started explaining the appearance of Lord Varahadev. So Lord Varahadev appeared in two kalpas. He comes in two kalpas or two millenniums, like that. So Maitreya Muni kind of mixed both the pastime in first kalpa or in the first millennium, in the millennium of Swayambhuva Manu. So there are different Manus for every kalpa, right? Different Manus. So for the Swayambhuva Manu, Lord Vara came and he picked up the earth from the Rasatal or from the lowest planet, and placed it in the orbit. But in the sixth Manvantara, in the Manvantara of Chakshusha Manu, Lord Varadev again came and he picked up the earth from the Rasatala or from the lowest region of the planet and put it back in the orbit. And at that time, he also killed who? We all should be knowing this. Hiranyaksha. Hiranyaksha. So he killed at that point Hiranyaksha in sixth Manvantara. And now Vidura became very anxious to know about more about the appearance of Lord Varadev. And in order to explain why Lord Varadev, the Sukar incarnation or the pig incarnation, why he had to come, there is a flashback story which is going on, or the story like in movies. There is a scene. This movie will start with a scene, and then there is flashback. This happened. So that's what is happening. So he started explaining what happened prior to the appearance of Lord Varadev in the sixth Manvantara. In the sixth Manvantara. And for this reason, he started narrating a story. Who is talking to who here? Because in Bhagavatam, if we just lose the track, who is talking who, then everything just goes away. Maitreya Muni is talking with Vidura. The conversation is happening between Maitreya Muni and Vidura. So Maitreya Muni is narrating this story to Vidura. And we already read in chapter 14 that how Diti, because of the Diti and Kashyap Muni, because of the wrong timing, wrong place, wrong circumstances, they indulged themselves or they united with each other. And that's how Diti got pregnant. And that's how Diti got pregnant. And because it was the wrong timing, wrong place, and it was against the injunctions of scriptures. So now in the womb of Diti, there are demonic sons. There are demonic sons. What are their names? Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. They are, two demonic sons, not Devatas. The demonic sons, Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. And now, at the start of this chapter, 15th chapter, description of the kingdom of God. So Diti, she held her pregnancy for 100 years. Wow, right? For 100 years. And there are two reasons which are given for which are given by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, he is a Vaishnavacharya who has written his commentary on Srimad Bhagavatam. So according to his commentary, there are two reasons why she held her pregnancy for 100 years. First reason was that she knew that my sons will be the cause of destruction and giving pain to others, and especially to demigods. So she wanted to hold back her pregnancy because in her mind, at least for 100 years, they are going to live for, happily, these demigods and other creatures in this earthly planet. And the second reason, which is not mentioned in the commentary here, but Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is giving, second reason was that Diti, being a mother, she got really afraid that my sons are going to be killed by Bhagwan, Lord Vishnu. Although in previous chapter we saw when Kashyapa said that your sons they are going to be killed by Vishnu. She became so happy. But when she actually her pregnancy progressive, she became very fearful that oh my God, they are going to be get killed by Bhagwan Vishnu. So these are the two reasons. So as her pregnancy was progressing, there was darkness in the entire universe. How many planets are there in the universe? 14. 14. In this one particular material universe. We are talking about one material universe with the 7 layerings, one material universe. So, say 14. So, in all the Choda Bhuvana or in all the lokas, there was darkness. There are 3 divisions we call Swarga, Marta, and Patala Loka. From the heavenly planets till the Rasatala, there was all darkness. And Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying that the sun, scientists, they say that there are different suns and moons in different planets, but that's not true. He is writing very clearly that sun and moon is only one for a particular universe. So the darkness or the effulgence, not the effulgence, we can say the light which was coming out from the body of Diti was so furious, was so dark that it covered the sun and moon. And because of that reason, everything got dark. And the demigods, they became very fearful. And then they rushed to who? Brahmaji. Brahmaji. They just went to Brahmaji and we see there are sequence of verses where demigods are praying to Brahma and they are saying, "Oh, look at this darkness. You are the," and they are praising Brahmaji like he is the supreme person. They are praising Jai Shri Shri Radha Sharad Bihari, Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Maharani, and Gauranitai ki Jai Shri Prabhupada ki Jai. So they are praising Brahmaji like Brahmaji is the supreme person. You are the source of all the jivas. You are beyond time. You are beyond time. You are the source of all the jivas. You are so powerful no intention of any living entity is hidden from you. There are league of verses up till this verse number 9. So they are praying, please help us from this darkness, which is coming from who? From the pregnancy of Diti. And then we can see it has been used as fuel overloads up fire. So the embryo created by the semen of Kashyapa in the womb of Diti has caused complete darkness throughout the universe. So please save us, Brahmaji, please save us. And then we can see in text 11, after hearing all these prayers, as if Brahmaji is the Supreme Lord. Although Brahmaji is qualitative incarnation or the Guna avatar of Bhagavan Krishna. So, but at the same time, he is not the Supreme Being. So in text 11, Brahmaji smiled. Brahmaji smiled. Maitreya said, now after hearing the prayers of the demigods, Brahmaji started smiling. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur in his commentary is saying, why Brahmaji smiled? Because Brahmaji in his mind is thinking, oh fools. He is writing, oh fools, you don't even know that I am not the supreme person. It's like, oh, why you are considering me and offering me prayers like I am a supreme person. And then Brahmaji started talking. So in the commentary, what Vishwanath Chakravarti Pad is saying, he's saying, you are fools, but you are still listen to this story. Why this is happening? Why this darkness is happening? So Brahmaji started speaking about his own Manas Putras or the sons which came from the mind of Sri Brahmaji at the start of creation. Now, if we remember, in the previous chapters, we have seen the creation of Brahmaji. I think it was chapter number 11 of this canto, where the appearance of these four Kumaras have been described. So these are the stories of second half of the life of Brahmaji. We have discussed so many times. Second half or the 51st year, first day of Brahmaji. This is the story of this. So Sanak, Sanandan, Sanatan, and Sanat Kumar, they are the knowledge personified personalities. Sankhya, Vairagya, Tapasa, and Dan. All these knowledge personified, these four personalities are. Sanak, Sanandan, Sanatan, and Sanat Kumar. They went to spiritual world. No, sorry, spiritual sky. Now, in this material world also, hear this. In this material world, not world, in this material universe also, this particular universe, there are Vaikuntha lokas also. There are Vaikuntha planets too. But although these Vaikunthas are in material universe, but still they are of Vishuddha Sattva. What is Vishuddha Sattva? Vishuddha Sattva is above the three modes of material nature, where there is no influence of the modes of material nature. Although they may be in the material universe, but they are again what? Above the modes. No modes, no influence of time can affect it. So three we know, three Vaikuntha lokas, and pramanas or the references are also there in itself in Srimad Bhagavatam. First one is what? Shirodaksha is Vishnu's abode, where Brahmaji, where Brahma, Shiva, and other demigods, they go and pray to the Supreme Lord. That's the abode of Shirodaksha Vishnu, which is in this material universe, above the planet of Brahmaji. And the other one is the abode of Garbhodaksha Vishnu. We already saw in the previous chapters that Brahmaji got a glimpse of the abode of Garbhodaksha Vishnu. And one is also what? The abode of Mahavishnu. Is there any reference? Yes, there is reference. In Canto 10th, when we see at the last chapter, I think it's chapter number 87 or 88, I'm not sure. Yes, where there is a story of Arjuna and Krishna, where Krishna took Arjuna. Where Krishna, but this Mahavishnu's abode is outside the layers of material universe, but still in the material world. There are three Purushas in this material world. Uh, three Purusha in this box of material world. And above that is Virja river. Above that, Brahma Jyoti. So many other Vaikuntha planets. And the topmost is Goloka Vrindavan. And Goloka Vrindavan is in the form of lotus flower. Divided into how many places? Mathura, Vrindavan, and Dwarka. The above is what? Krishna's and Radharani's abode. So, I mean, and there are so many other descriptions which we can found in Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu, in Gopal Champu also there is description of Goloka is given. So, but this is material world, in which Mahavishnu is here, Shirodakshai Vishnu is here, Garbhodakshai, these three Vishnus are there and they have their own abode. And not only that, Dhruvlok, Dhruva, where Dhruva left after, after his whole pastime, where Dhruva Maharaj lives, this what we call in English pole star, Dhruvlok, pole star, right? Yeah, pole star.
North
yeah.
Star.
Huh?
The North Star.
North Star, or I think pole star. Okay, North Star.
Yeah.
So this Dhruvaloka is also one of the Vaikuntha. So anyways, my point is, so Sanak, Sanandan, Sanatan and Sanat Kumar, they went into the spiritual sky, and there were so many Vaikuntha planets, and in the purport, Srila Prabhupada is mentioning about that how our material world or the planets in the material universes are kuntha. Kuntha means what? Anxiety. And Vaikuntha means without anxiety. Why is this? Why there is no kuntha in other planets and kuntha in here particular planet? So in Bhagavad Sandarbha, Jiva Goswami has explained in detail about the Vaikuntha planets by taking references from Padma Puran, Uttarakhand. And he is saying there are two things. What are the two things? Vaikuntha is called Tripad Vibhuti. What is the name for Vaikuntha? Tripad Vibhuti. And what is the name for this material world? Ekpad Vibhuti. Why the name is like that? Because our Vaikuntha has three specific qualities. And what are those three specific qualities? In Vaikuntha, there is Amritam, Shemam, and Abhayam. I'm going to explain. What is Amritam? Amritam is deathlessness or full of bliss. Deathlessness. Why there is no death in Vaikuntha planet? Why? Because there is no influence of time. When we say there is no influence of time, that does not mean time does not exist there. Time is there, but there is no influence of time there. So because there is no influence of time, okay, tell me, what is changing? What is the changing factor in this material world? With whom there are 6 transformation happening in every living entity who has attained this gross body. Matter is changing. What is the factor? Time, because of the presence of time. So time is present there, but there is no influence of time in the Vaikuntha planets. So that's why this planet is Amrita. There is no death. Never death happens in Vaikuntha planets. Shemam. What is Shemam? Auspiciousness. Auspiciousness. Why there is auspiciousness in Vaikuntha planet and not here? What's the reason Jiva Goswami is giving? In this material world, there are 3 modes of material nature which are influencing each and everybody. And because of that, there is sorrow, anxiety, problems. What are the three prime anxieties? Adi Devik, Adi Bhautik, and Adhyatmik. Adi Devik, when we get disturbed by the arrangements of the providence. What is Adi Bhautik? When we get problems by others. Many times we think, oh, my stomach is hurting. It's not Adi Bhautik, it's Adi Daivik. What is Adi? Oh, sorry. It's Adhyatmik. What is Adhyatmik? We get it from our own mind. But if my stomach is hurting, there are some bugs. That's what kind of problem is this? Adi Bhautik. Others are giving me problem to my body. The mind, if my mind is disturbed, although it is from others also, but it is adhyatmic, stress from my own, from my inside. Okay. Anyways, these miseries are there. And what is the cause of these miseries is also been explained. I'm going to see how much I can talk. So, yeah. So, Shemam is auspiciousness because there is no Maya or no external potency of the Lord working in the Vaikuntha planets. So that's why there is no mode of material nature. And that's why there is always auspiciousness. And the last is, third one is Abhayam, fearlessness. There is no fear. Why there is no fear? Because there is no influence of time, there is no influence of Maya, so there is no fear. Everybody is happy. And specifically, he is saying there are 5 things which the people, inhabitants of Vaikuntha planet are doing and are very, very happy all the time. So these are the 3 qualities, and that's why this spiritual world is called three-path vibhuti. That means vibhuti means qualities and 3 mean 3 qualities. And also because this is 3/4 of the creation of the Supreme Lord. Lord is celebrated as Chatus Aishwarya. But out of that Chatus, out of 4, 3 parts are spiritual world and the 1/4 is material world. And what is the one quality of material world? So we discussed about 3 qualities in spiritual world, Vaikunthas. What is the one quality which is there in this material world? Mritam. If anyone wants to refer, it's given in Canto 2nd, chapter number 6, verse number 19. Okay, all these 3 qualities given in Srimad Bhagavatam, Purusha Shukta confirmed in that chapter. We can see Shemam, Abhayam, and Shemam, Abhayam, one more, Amritam, all these 3 qualities. And the one quality which this material world has is what? Mritam. Mritam means that death in this material world. Death. All the time, death and changing. So this is the problem. But this is not the problem is in Vaikuntha Lok. Is anyone here know who are who is Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksh? Anyone here knows? Yes, speak up. Jai and Vijay. Yes. Prabhu, do you know the history of Jai and Vijay? Who are Jai and Vijay?
They offended someone, so they got cursed.
No. Where were they? Jai Vijay.
In the spiritual.
In the Vaikuntha planet. Jai and Vijay. They are Parshad, associates of the Supreme Lord. And we are going to read later on in 16th chapter. They are the associates of Supreme Lord and they committed mistake and they offended these 4 sages. And because of that, they became Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. What, Mataji? This philosophy you just explained, there is no auspicious and all this. That means the philosophy is all wrong. Yeah. That's just the meaning. This is not the meaning. And we should not take the inference like that. You know why? Because our acharyas are explaining. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is explaining. That is the doubt in many people. That Krishna is saying, he is saying, Yat Gatvana Nirvartante Tat Dhamam At Paramam Mama. He is saying, once you go back to Vaikuntha, you will never come back. And here is the example. Krishna What are you talking, Krishna? Tell me. Now Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is speaking something very profound, specifically in the commentary of 3rd Canto, 16th chapter, verse number 29. He said, after the curse of Sanak, Sanandan, Sanatan and Sanat Kumar, these Jay and Vijay, who are Nitya Siddha Parshad, who are eternally liberated souls, they started crying. When Krishna or Bhagavan, Bhagavan Vishnu said, okay, now you go in the material world and you become demons for three times, okay? And then come back, okay? It's like Vaikuntha is just a very small thing. You just go and come back and, like that. But Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying that what happened after that? There is a conversation. So Lord Vishnu is saying, you both go with your Prakasha form. Now, what is this Prakasha form? Just like the Supreme Lord has the capacity to expand himself. Similarly, his Parshads, its associates, also has the capacity to expand in Prakasha. Now, what is Prakasha? Let me tell you. Light. We offer lamps to Krishna in the evening. There is a light and there is a effulgence after it. And this small light is going to just illuminate the entire room. Prakash. We say Prakash. One light, original light is here, but the Prakash or the effulgence is there. So similarly, Jai and Vijay remained. And anyone wants to see the proof for that, scriptural proof, I am going to show. As per Vishwanath Chakravarti's commentary, they remain back in the Vaikuntha. But as one of the Prakasha, one of their expansion, they became like seeds, small seeds. They became like seeds, and now the Leela Shakti of the Lord. Now, this Leela Shakti is the pastime potency of the Lord. So, this pastime potency of the Lord is the one who arranges all the pastimes or the Leelas of the Supreme Lord in this material world. There is a verse in the Shastra, I think in Vedanta Sutra, there is a verse which says that this material world is nothing but a playground of Krishna. It is a playground of Krishna. So Jai and Vijay remained in Vaikuntha planets, but with one amsha or with one expansion as a prakasha form. They took the forms of seeds by the help of Anima Siddhi. What is Anima Siddhi? Became smaller than the smaller. They have all the mystic powers. So they became like seeds. And now, Maya Shakti of the Lord. Maya Shakti, okay, question answer session. Okay. Can Maya Shakti or the external potency of the Lord cover the consciousness of Vishuddha Sattva, or we can say this Nitya Parshad or the eternal servant of the Lord? Can they cover the consciousness of this person? Maya Shakti, modes of material nature, which is Maya. There is a very beautiful verse. Where there is Maya, there is Andhakar. Where there is Krishna, there is no Andhakar. In presence of Krishna, there is no Maya. Same applies to the Nitya Siddha Parshad of Krishna. Same applies. Why? Because they possesses, right? That because they can expand also. Can the Maya Shakti cover the consciousness of Vishuddha Sattva Jiva? Vishuddha Sattva means who is above the modes of material nature? No. No. Okay. Can Leela Shakti gives demonic nature, asuritam bhavam, or what we call demonic nature to somebody who is the Parshad of Vishnu? No. Because if the Parshad of Vishnu gets the asurim bhavatma, that means the demonic nature, that means that very definition of bhakti, anukulya, what is that? Anya abhilashita shunyam gyan karmadi anavritam anukulena krishnanu. This thing, anukulena krishnanu, get cancelled. Anukula, unfavorable, because demonic nature is unfavorable to Krishna. So can Leela Shakti gifts or the pastime potency can give to this Vishuddha Sattva Jiva? No. Can Maya Shakti give the body demonic nature to this Vishuddha Sattva Jiva? No. So what is happening? So this, listen this. So this pastime potency of the Lord, which we call Leela Shakti, makes Upadhi. What is Upadhi? Upadhi is a designation. Huh? Upadhi. Upadhi is Sharira. Or what is designation? Prime Minister, President, like that. Huh? They are Upadhis or the designations. He created the Upadhi or the designations. And in this Upadhis, is everybody getting what is Upadhi? You get what is Upadhi? Designation. Like Prime Minister, President, like that. So she, Leela Shakti, created Upadhi or the designation of Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. And in these Upadhis, Jai and Vijay's Prakasha form, in the form of seed, enters. And now pastime potency gives the semblance of ignorance, which we call semblance of ignorance is what? Avidya abhasa. Abhasa. What is the meaning of abhasa? Semblance. It's not like, many times, a new person comes to the temple. He start crying and looking at the deities and all these. So is this, that means that he is coming for the first time ever in his life and he just getting all the symptoms of rati or bhava or emotions for the Lord? No, because this is happening. What this is just abhasa. Abhasa is what? Just the reflection, and very temporary, like that. So this Leela Shakti gave what? Leela Shakti gave Asurim Bhav Abhasa. That means only the reflection or the semblance of the nature of demonic nature. To whom? To the Upadhis, Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. And the Prakasha and the expansion of Jai and Vijay, taking the seed forms, enter these both bodies, but they remain uncontaminated by the modes of Maya and also by the semblance of ignorance which is created by Leela Shakti. So, the demonic nature of Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu was only semblance. Understand the meaning of semblance? Abhasa. It's just an abhas of being demon. But inside the real or the amsha, or we can say the expansion of Jai and Vijay, they are uncontaminated because they are of Vishuddha Sattva. What is Vishuddha Sattva? Above the moods of material nature. This is the simple definition, Prabhu. But if we want to go inside, it is a very big topic in itself, Vishuddha Sattva. So pure consciousness, pure. So Jai and Vijay still reside in Vaikuntha. But with one Prakasha, and how they get the Asurim Bhava or the demonic nature is explained by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, which I just explained to you. That Maya cannot give, Leela Shakti cannot give, how they themselves come in order to fulfill the desire of the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. That's how they came. So there is no question that how come Jaya and Vijay fall down, that means I will also fall down from the spiritual world because they fall down. We have example in front of us. So if they fall down, I can also fall down. And many times people ask this question, giving the reference of Jai and Vijay. So from now onwards, if anyone asks, we should be saying that Jai and Vijay, they remain there with one amsha they came, and how they get the demonic nature. And why they were so furious, and their darkness in their body was so much that even the sun got covered, because it was created by Leela Shakti of the Lord. Past time, potency, those two upadhis. I'm again and again using the term upadhi, which is just the designation. And what is the proof, Mataji, that Jay and Vijay was still there? What is the proof? Without Shastra Pramana, you cannot say anything. You cannot say anything. You have to show us the proof. So we can go in Canto 8, chapter number 12, verse number 16 and 17, where it is clearly mentioned that at the time of Vamana incarnation, there was a fight when Vaman Dev just took everything from Bali Maharaj. So there was a fight between demigods and demons. And at that time, it's clearly mentioned. I don't know if I have that verse here or not. Anyways, so it's clearly mentioned. Jai, Vijay, Nanda, Sunanda, they were fighting. So who is Bali Maharaj? Prahlad Maharaj. What's the connection?
So it's the
grandson. Yes. Bali Maharaj is Prahlad Maharaj, grandson. And why Prahlad Maharaj is so famous? For which demon? Hiranyakashipu. So Hiranyakashipu just got killed. In the same millennium, Hiranyaksha got killed. And after that, Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha, they were annihilated. Prahlad Maharaj had Virochana. And Virochana had a son, Bali Maharaj. And at that time, Vamana came. So at that time, there was fight and Jai Vijay was also there in the fight. So that means what? That means Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu, after getting killed, they went back and became Jai and Vijay, fighting and then come again and take another birth as demons? No, that's a wrong philosophy. That's what Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying. That they are not coming back and going back with one amsha. That one Prakash amsha remains here till the three births happen. Demonic, they became demons for the 3 times. But the original Jai and Vijay, they were always in Vaikuntha planet. Because Vaikuntha planet or the spiritual lok has their own qualities of being Amritam. There is no death. But on the contrary, this material world is Mritam, full of anxieties, full of problems. If we want to enjoy something, we want to eat something. I like rasgulla. Keep eating rasgulla, and then I'm going to get sick the next day. If I want to like to dress up, keep buying clothes, and then my wallet is just empty completely. So every happiness in this world is nothing but a lady who is sorrowful but wearing a coat of happiness. Once the coat is over, the sorrowful nature is coming. So miseries are there at every step in this material world. And why miseries come in this material world? That is also explained. Why miseries? Because this living entity is covered by avidya or ignorance. 2 types of living entities are there. Krishna is speaking in 15.16 Bhagavad Gita. Infallible and fallible living entities. So fallible living entities, they live in the body of Shirodakshai Vishnu. And at the time of creation, they come. And they are covered with avidya. And they don't possess the knowledge of the Supreme Lord. And because of that reason, this living entity gets the covering of false ego. And because of the false ego, there is something called, belongingness to the body, misidentification with the body. Like this is mine, this is mine, this is mine. And when this thing become too much, become too much attached, then it becomes raga, attachment. I want this. And because of that attachment, I want to do certain things. Desires are there. I want to perform certain things. And I perform that certain things, I get reactions. And those I have to face in the form of dukkha, or sorrows, miseries, problems, and then again death, and then again jan, or the birth again happens. So who is responsible for everything? For dukkha, who is responsible? Huh?
Us.
Us? You sure,
Yeah.
Prabhuji?
Ah,
Are we responsible for the
material nature.
for this? Are you
Yeah.
sure? Huh? Are we sure? Okay.
Huh.
But Krishna is saying something else in Bhagavad Gita in 13th chapter. I think it's the 13th, sorry, 18th chapter. He is saying in 14th verse that there are 5 reasons, 5 factors for a particular activity. Body, performer, senses, many different kinds of endeavors, these desires, many different kinds of endeavors because of desires. And ultimately the God?
Supreme.
Supreme Lord. So he is responsible, ultimately. Supreme Lord. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, for those who have the demonic nature, I cast them into the darkest region of hell so that they can never come back to me. So what is this? He is responsible of everything, even for our actions. He is responsible. I'm not saying, he is saying. Krishna himself is saying that these are the 5 factors for any action, for performing any kind of activity. So how we understand this? Krishna wants us to just get inside hell. So let me explain really quick as the time is over. So Krishna is the one who accelerate or gives the velocity to our desire. He gives the velocity to our desire. There is a term in science. When I was young, I used to do it. What we call litmus test. Litmus test. You use what? Catalyst. The agent which can actually work very fast so that it reacts and gives you the color. So Krishna acts as a accelerator, or we can say the provides the velocity to our desires. He provides that, he gives the velocity of our desire, and he don't interrupt, and he is the permitter. He is the permitter. Although from inside he is going to guide you, but it's us, we don't want to listen. We have 2 ways, we don't want to hear. We are influenced by modes of material nature. We are acquiring our swabhava. Krishna is just waiting there and giving the velocity, accelerating your desires. And I am, on my desire. Desire is in my heart, and I am forced to push towards that direction because Krishna is helping me. Krishna is helping me from inside, and he's permitting all these things which I want. And I'm getting more and more attached to all the things. So it's just like a Ferris wheel. In India, we used to call it Mela. Here, what you call it, that fair, right? There is a wheel, which kids enjoy. Just go up and down, up and down, up and down. If the person is not stopping, then you just revolve around. Revolve around. So similarly, this material world, um, the situation or the equation which Krishna created it just like this wheel. You know who is going to stop the button? Only a devotee or a param swatantra bhakta or a bhakta or a devotee who is completely independent in giving mercy to this suffering living entity. He can stop the button and get you out. Come out. It's okay. Now it's over. It's your turn. Come out and come to Krishna. You are a loving child of Krishna. Just stop the button. He is the one. And only Bhakti Devi from inside, because that devotee is carrying the Bhakti Devi, the Swarupa Shakti of the Lord. And this Swarupa Shakti of the Lord can touch the Lord. Material senses are not touching. Swarupa Shakti, the Bhakti is touching. And the Bhakti, the originator of the Bhakti is who? Bhakti itself. And Bhakti in the heart of Param Swatantra Bhakta, or the supreme independent devotee, can give it to you. And can stop the button of that wheel. Samsara Chakra. Otherwise, there is no other way. No other way. That's what Madhurya Kadambini says, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says. No other way. Just, we are enjoying our ride up and down, up and down. Okay. So I don't know how I get into there, but anyways, so today's discussion, we as a conclusion, we heard about the glories of Prabodhini Ekadashi, which is today. So I request everybody to take the most advantage of this auspicious day, as there are only 5 days left in this auspicious Kartik Mas. And also we discussed about the appearance of Jai and Vijay and how come Jai and Vijay became so furious demons, and also how they attained the demonic nature, that asurim bhav in themselves, and how being Vishuddha Sattvam or above the modes of material nature, being residents of Vaikuntha, they expand themselves into demons. No, this is a wrong language. They expand themselves, and in seed form, they came into the Upadhi Shariras, or the only the designations of Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu, and got the semblance of demonic nature. We heard, and after that, we also discussed about the three qualities in Vaikuntha and one quality in this material world. And also, this material world is full of anxieties. Although there is 50% happiness too. You know, above the earthly planets, the Swargas, heavenly planets have happiness too, the bhoga. But it's what? Shanik or temporary. Krishna says, Dukhalayam, but he adds, Ashashwatam. Huh? That is temporary. So that's the nature of this material world, and how to get out of it has also been explained. Thank you so much. It's time. Thank you so much for coming and listening. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Srimad Bhagavatam Mahapuran ki jai.
Thanks, devotees online, for joining us. We will see you hopefully tomorrow at the Sunday feast. Hare Krishna. Have a wonderful Krishna conscious day.